I'm on my way to the DC BARBER EXPO educational classes. I am so pressed right now. I'm so pressed. Hey, good morning to you.
Standing behind the chair as a barber. I've elevated from just being behind the chair, from just owning a barber shop, to now traveling internationally, educating and doing something that I love. A pair of clippers has taken me places I never thought possible. But it's all about maximizing our careers, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of complacent barbers and stylists, and it's unfortunate that you guys settle. You settle because you want to settle. You come in late because you want to come in late. You leave early because you want to leave early. You take long lunches because you want to take long lunches. Barbers abuse our flexibility and the gift that they have. We have one of the very few careers within our second year without a college degree. We can make $100,000. The only occupation that can do that is a tattoo artist and a waiter or waitress. I'm pretty sure everybody in here rather cut hair than wait tables, right? I ain't hear y'all. I'm telling you, I'm not playing with y'all. Is that bacon, egg, and cheese, they're gonna make you feel good and look good about 12 o'clock. But that haircut does, ladies and gentlemen. So understand how valuable you are. Understand the service that we give and how valuable it is. People can't get married without you. People can't go to the prom without you. People have walked into your barbershops and your salon, just broke up with their girlfriend, lost their job, got into a car accident and fell down, right? They sit in your chair and you change their lives. You make them look good, you make them feel good, because you're not just their barber, you're their psychiatrist too. And today I'm here to teach you, you're also their educators. That half an hour you have that client in your chair, you're gonna build a relationship, not a client. I'm gonna say it one more time. You're gonna build a relationship, not a client. Clients don't care about you. They're gonna come and go, they're gonna find a new person. We're all replaceable, every single one of us. And when you build a relationship, guess what? They wait for you. I'm out of the shop a lot now. Guys will wait 2-3 weeks because they won't sit in anybody else's chair. They wait for me. They'll settle and get a shape up. They won't get a haircut though. That's the relationship that I build. I cut them, I cut their neighbors, I cut their coworkers, I cut their kids. This is how I've been able to stand behind my chair for 20 years and it still spins. But I've maximized it because I choose to. And getting into education was something I enjoy doing. Being able to leave here today and you guys being motivated, inspired, using a new technique, using a new tool, and making more money because of something that we did is what makes my job that much easier.
Because there's so many people that's gonna tell you, I'm keeping it 100 and don't do anything. I'm keeping it 100, y'all. I ain't joining that competition, man. That competition is rigged, man. It's the judge, they gonna pick their favorites. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. That's gonna be us. I ain't even gonna do that. They keep it 100. I like to keep myself around.
And before you know it, you do it one time in the shop and everybody sees it and they're asking, what is that little machine? What is that for? Then that gives you an opportunity to educate your clients, right? And what I teach my clients is it's gonna last just as long as your hairline. So if I edge you up and I line you up with this trimmer, that's not your real hairline. I created that. I made it more symmetrical. Do you want that to pop even more? Cool, we'll add this color in. So as your hairline's growing back, this color fades out. Because the hairline, once you line it up, it lasts, like 3 days, 5 days, right? If that. So that's kind of how I explain to my clients to make them feel more comfortable to ask for the service. And the reason why I like this application as opposed to using like Beijing or vegan, is it's just, it doesn't add any more time to your service. If you have 30-minute windows, you can charge an extra $7 just for the hairline. That's what I charge. And it takes me an extra minute, right? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we'll have some.
You know, so I come in and I like to be at least 4 to 6 inches away. When I'm doing the front of the liner, I like to spray at an angle opposed to a direct shot. And then when I spray at an angle, I get more of a consistent, natural look because my whole thing with this Beam Team cordless compressor was never just to do color enhancement. It was to do it natural and to do it as sharp as possible.
Sir,
From the angle right here too. And it's using a cordless compressor is all manipulation of making things comfortable for you. So I won't go in, of course I'm not gonna just sit there and spray like this. I'll go in and I'll spray spurts in certain parts of the lining to get it to my desired liking. Like my corners, I like to go a little bit darker in my corners to pronounce like a ball taper because he won't have a curve or a C shape. And then when I spin them a tad bit, as you guys can see, I get that naturalness look. You know, like that real ashy line look, I'm pretty sure this is something that's just old, but if you're not getting it with the shampoos and all the other things, I like to go in and I still to this day use a Barber Magic pencil. I know how, like, I've been playing around. I had a lot of mentors in the game that I would ask how to get this Instagram look in terms of when I was growing my Instagram, how to get that real sharp look. even though I had a camera. And then when I started playing with different enhancements and manipulating different products, I was able to get that finished look that I've always been looking for.
Is that
Hopefully applying it.
so? Do you like do you put the Edgewood car right at the line, or do you leave a little space in between?
So he asked if we're putting the card right at the line or giving some space in between.
We putting the car directly at the line because if I give it space between, then I'm basically pulling his line down, and that's creating extra work for myself, especially with a semi-permanent if you let it dry. It's already lighter with skin anyway, but you're just gonna see how I'm able to freak this haircut a little bit better.
And don't you with your ability to charge $40 a haircut and be booked and 90% of your clients taking color enhancement?
Yes, because I came somewhat of a demand to my small community. Right here, no, this one is like a tannish one. I use this for like 99% of my African American clients. Yep.
And we're going to talk a little bit about marketing, branding yourself, and as you begin to brand yourself, I'm presenting to you the evolution of entrepreneurship. The big thing is going to give you a few tools that can help you to minimize your time on Instagram. People see me, they're like, bro, you're everywhere, you're doing all kinds of stuff. I don't even know how you got time to do stuff. This is the old way that people survive marketing. All right? Look at this. You wanted to be in a phone book. That little print was important. A1 whoever, A1 barbershop. You don't want your name to be A1, but that's how you got put at the top of the list if you wanted to be in a yellow book, right? Now, how many of you got a yellow book right now? They do, but what do you do with it? You're either using it for a plant stand or to hold the door or something. You're not looking at it. The majority of people aren't really looking at billboards. They're not really as effective as they used to be. And here would be a great spot to advertise. What do you think it costs to advertise in Times Square? A lot of money. Would you think you get your return on the investment if you advertise here? Not at all. How about radio? Best time to be on the radio is doing what? Rush hour, in the morning and at night, because everybody's sitting in the car, bumper to bumper, listening to music. It's not that way anymore. We're going to talk about that in a second. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You're not listening to the radio, so is it effective to advertise on the radio? Probably not. Are you going to get the return on the investment? Not at all. Tell me when it's at the best, ladies. Okay, I'm still ugly. But look what happens to, same subject, I'm not moving. The only thing I'm moving is what?
The light.
Do I look different?
Yes.
Does it look different? I'm about to get sexy in a minute, hold on. And there we go. Better?
Yes.
Okay, y'all see that? I got a little bit of light right here, I got light over here. Probably too bright, I can dim it a little bit. So this light is like 30 bucks. Wait, maybe that's a little bit better. Better?
Yeah.
Better? Y'all get the idea, right? Yeah. $30 light.
Any kind of process, just a little bit about my background. I started off as a cosmetologist first. So for me, I think one of the goals that I had was to learn how to use my scissors. Clippers. The scissors is what we used to train.
I'm going to be doing the back of his taper right here, his blowout, right? And my techniques I use. So he's going to be doing the top, almost like a top crop cut, which is getting much more popular now in the U.S. It's kind of like a Euro style coming over to the U.S. So I want to do two of them.
And when you're doing any kind of crop cut, you kind of want to, I always shape around the border first to kind of help me set my guide. The same way that you would set guidelines for when you're doing fades and that kind of stuff. I usually use the middle and the front, and you want to separate sections so that you know which you want to do. Because pretty much for me, it's a custom cut to their head shape. Sometimes different parts of the hair want to go a certain direction, so I have to play with the natural flow of hair because it makes it easier too once they style it, that it's not going against what their hair naturally wants. So typically, I like to leave the bangs out as its own section, so I usually can just triangle this section out all the way over to, usually I use the recession point at the top guides. Those are going to be my guides for the triangle, and that would be a section of its own. And then I do a mohawk shape, And then I'm gonna go and do vertical sections and follow that shape. So I'm gonna start middle, and then I'm gonna build outwards. Just to give you an idea of what I'll be doing. And then Patty is gonna help me out and talk a little bit about branding.
Give me some other examples that you guys use in branding. Right, the most important one. Yep, business cards, right? Walking out and handing out business cards, right? That's going to get you known as well, right? That's probably the most important one, especially if you're really trying to get new clients in your chair. There's nothing better than person-to-person interaction, right? If you give out 100 business cards a week and 10% of those people come, that's 10 new clients a week. So it's I think person-to-person interaction is probably the best form of marketing you can do.
And then when I get to this part of the head, this is where you usually have to blend it into the side, right? So what I do is you want to find where the intersection of, you look for the widest part here, just imagine 2 combs, right? And then the top of the head here. And wherever that middle section is where I usually separate the hair. Because this is where it's going to curve to the head. And I want to create a very square shape. So this is where I'm going to direct the hair straight out. Whatever line that is what I'm going to cut. All the way across. Everything's pulled directly straight out. Leave the bangs in front.
You're up here too. All 3 of us pretty much studied videography. Like, what were you using? Adobe Premiere?
Yeah, I started with iMovie. So iMovie is a great starting point. Yep. And then you can build onto that because it's kind of like, I think Terry talked about this too, or someone talked about a low-end camera. Like you want to learn what it is first, and then you can actually understand what it is you want to invest in as far as something more expensive, like one of your cameras. Like I started off with the Canon T3i Rebel, which was at the time maybe $400 with a 50mm lens, and it did its best. And I used the max out of that before I upgraded to something better. It's like, we don't invest in all these things so we can stay in the same price bracket, right? We're trying to grow our prices. Like, nothing is wrong whether you want to cut 20 heads a day or you want to cut 5. But just knowing what's available, I think is the key to what makes us not feel so stuck to what we do. Like, I've done it to where I used to cut up to 20. What's the most you've ever cut a day? 30, 40, and that's usually you get no lunch. You probably work a 10 or 12 hour shift to make that. So just seeing the tools that we have available today, learning different techniques such as scissor work if you're a barber and vice versa, it always allows us to just keep growing our prices and what we do because you can accommodate to more different services versus just being the person that does that one style every single haircut. And sure, some areas you're gonna say, but we only get this type of stuff. But the truth is, you can bring those styles to your area based on how you promote. And I think the amount of growth that you can have from having something promote yourself well adds up to a lot of money at the end of the day. Because I think too, it's this is our livelihood. We should maximize what we're doing, and we should also enjoy what we don't want to just cut all day to where I feel like I'm missing out on stuff. Like for me, the thing behind what I do is that it allows me to gain freedom. Freedom to still spend time with my friends, still spend time with families or whatever events that you want to go. I mean, you're taking time out to come here. Like some people usually work on this day. So it's just stuff like that, and being able to do that is going to help when we're understanding how to brand ourselves better so that we can hit a higher tier in what we can charge. And I know it's hard in different areas because when people say certain areas it's a little bit harder to charge, but it's not impossible. Like I've seen shops in the middle of nowhere still bring people in from outside states, or people drive a little bit further. But if the quality is there, if they're knowing what they're getting, people will come from whatever angle of the world. Yeah. Alright, so I'm 20 haircuts a day anymore. Like I've done that live, and just being able to travel and see what people do on the road, there's really no difference. It's just a matter of believing you can, because that's usually the thing that holds most of us back. Like when when I talk to people and people argue with me, like, how do you do that? You're ripping people off. But it's like, I don't owe them. They're paying for a service. They're paying for trust. They're paying for your recommendation. They're paying for something that you obviously are sitting learning. The first thing that helped me understand it, I actually sat in an expo, I forget where it was, and somebody was talking about packages, and it was the first time I ever heard of it, because the only thing I knew at that point was the shop that I was working at, and all you only know is what's in the shop, because that was the first shop I was at, so we didn't have a lot of outside influence coming in. So when I went to the show, this guy talked about packages and how the shop charges $15, but he was able to package things and charge double that. He'd give appointments, and at that time, at that shop, I was only walk-ins. So walk-ins.
It's amazing how much money can be made. But it's not even about the money. It's really about providing for people. And that's huge if you think about it. Like, not everyone has the ability to provide something to a perfect stranger. Not everybody has the ability to be able to handle this lifestyle. Like, I see how trying it could be. I'm so thankful that I was blessed with this ability. It's so endless. It's ridiculous. It's like mind-blowing. It's just...
Hi, you're so pretty.
Me and Baby Cake's out here with Artistry Fly. Y'all know what time it is. And she got all the amazing photos and everything else. All the paintings, all that. Y'all know what time it is. Better know it.
I like it. Steph the barber, Steph the barber.
How you feeling, brother?
We got Mr. B outside. Mr. Beauty's equipment. He's from New York. He came to see me. He said anybody that suffered some type of circumstance because of the hurricane, lost furniture, lost their shops, lost anything, go see him. He said he will help you. He'll help you deal with your insurance, and he will give you all new furniture to refurnish your shop at cost. Once again, at cost. So, big shout out to my man, Mr. B, man. Like I said, I've been in business for 20 years. All my barber chairs come from him. All my...
I ain't want to fool you, you ain't get the message. Cause in the summer, or they in the coffin. Right now, sound always be, we don't do no talk. Back it up, on me, girl, slow down. Throw it up, Monday party. Batman, she hanging from the ceiling. I'ma sit, live fast. She bout to make a kid, she leaving you with me. She said she just wanna be my itty bitty freak. Oh, tell a friend to come, let's have a drink. Took that whoa, whoa, whoa. To the floor, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Took that whoa, whoa.
Make some noise, come on, come on, come on.
Bring it back,
Footwork.
bring it back,
See you, what?
bring it back, bring it back.
Zoom, CTs, match, hit it, step, lane, front.